The case for rules without rulers gets even stronger as the Shanghai upgrade for the ETH merge approaches. ETH supporters are always talking about ultrasound money. And yet, the shitcoin that they're shilling and promoting is anything but. Over 40% of the nodes are run on Amazon Web Services. They moved away from a much more secure proof of work model to a proof of stake model. Not to mention the fact that there's the Ethereum Foundation, which consists of Vitalik, Aya Miyaguchi from the World Economic Forum Blockchain Committee, and Peter Storchenegger, who is a AML KYC expert. And then on top of that, we have a 70% pre-mine, which is what kicked off Ethereum all the way at the beginning when it ICO'd. Now, ETH is about to go through its Shanghai upgrade. Let's take a look at how that's progressing. Welcome back, everyone. We are going to dive into the ETH upgrade. That's right. And especially it's from a Bitcoiner perspective. So, we're going to make fun of it. Anyways, here we go. So the first thing is, let's start off with the name, right? The Shanghai upgrade. Now, whether this was intentional or not, and I am going to tend to lean to believe that this is intentional, considering the cringe as fuck dance routines that we saw recently at the ETH Denver conference, not to mention the horrible cringe dance routine from 2 years ago. So the idea that these ridiculous naming conventions and all of these antics around ETH are not planned out, I think is dispelled, right? I mean, this is part of who they are. Anyways. So, for the people who don't know, to Shanghai someone is to kidnap or trick them into working for you. The traditional way to Shanghai someone is to drug him and put him on a ship. When the person wakes up, he better get to work. The term popped up in the 19th century. Okay. All right. So now we have an idea of what the Shanghai upgrade means. I remember when I first saw that term about a month ago in reference to Ethereum, I was like, that is not a coincidence. It is not a coincidence that they chose the Shanghai upgrade. Now, why do I say that? Okay, why do I say that? Let's go take a look. Let's go take a look at the Ethereum roadmap so that we understand what's happening here. All right, we all remember this faithful image, right? This is the ETH 2.0 roadmap. Here we go. So first, as we all know, there is the merge, which just occurred. Next, they have the surge. And then after that, the scourge, then the verge, and then the purge, and then the splurge. Okay, so right now, guys, we are in the thick of the merge. Now, this particular document, okay, well, I should say this particular roadmap is before, it's before, I'm going to suggest that it is before they knew how urgent it would be to process withdrawals. Now, of course, you can see right here on the roadmap, they definitely had withdrawals on the roadmap. And you say, well, Phil, so I mean, like, you're wrong about this. Sure, I may be wrong about this, but then let's take a look at a tweet from Vitalik. Okay, so here we go. This is Vitalik's tweet. And let's take a look at that same roadmap again. Well, interestingly enough, in this roadmap, the wording has changed. It's post-merge hotfix. Okay. So before we continue, here comes some of, Phil's previous life coming into play. So look, having worked for a massive corporation that produced software and used to create hardware, I can tell you a hotfix is something that they create, right? That developers create when something unexpected is occurring. Something that they did not predict, so they now need to rush in and create a hotfix. Okay, hot fixes are not quote unquote, they're not planned in the way that somebody thinks that software development is traditionally planned. Like usually what you have is you have milestones, okay? And then you're going to have service packs, right? Which are essentially just points along the way where you would incorporate updates. Now, hot fixes and patches are for things that are discovered along the way, which are most likely very critical or very could be very impactful in nature. So, looks like a little bit of flip-flop, and now all of a sudden it's the post-merge hotfix to enable withdrawals. Now, got to give a shout out to Toxicat for tagging me in this one. Let's take a look at this. This is pretty bad, right? Because we haven't had much information about the withdrawals up until now. Toxicat, thank you for tagging. Yes, peasantry, you may not withdraw before your monetary masters dump on you first. Let's take a look at this. The Shanghai upgrade to Ethereum will implement a 2-tier withdrawal system. That's right. That's right, a 2-tier. There's us and there's them. In general, partial withdrawals for amounts greater than 32 ETH will be processed immediately. But initially, analysts anticipate they will be distributed within 3 days due to the queue. Complete withdrawals, which correspond to the minimum staking amount of 32 ETH, will take longer and be released in stages. Okay, so what does this tell you? This tells you that it's not a free market. Okay, this isn't some decentralized, there are no masters, rules without rulers. No. They are letting you know, in fact, not only are there rulers, but the rulers will dictate how much of the liquidity comes out, when it comes out, and who can sell their stuff first. Okay? That is some shady shit. That is the typical shitty system that we have right now. Okay? When the money is created, it doesn't go to the mom and pop down at the shop that can't pay their bills or anything like that. When the money is created, it goes to the people closest to the money supply, the bankers. That's who it goes to. It goes to the politicians. It goes to the corporations. It goes to all the places that serve the people who print the money best. That's where it goes first. So, just like our everyday system, ETH is following in its footsteps. And guess what? The people that will serve, quote unquote, serve Ethereum best, they will have access to being able to sell their stakes first. They will have the best conditions for selling their stake.